Good morning, boys and girls. Can I get some bees up nice and high? Okay. We're doing the morning announcements from the cafeteria today. So I'm going to turn it over. Shubham, take it away.
Good morning. This is Shubham. Good morning. This is Shubham Patel with the morning announcements. Please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Caring kids try to cheer someone up if they feel sad. Notice if someone looks sad so you can ask them how they feel. Now here's the weather.
Good morning. This is Jaden Burr with the Ben Franklin Weather Club. Today's high temperature will be 91 degrees. Skies will be sunny.
Here's Mr. Turnbull.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you. Today's Monday, June 22nd, 2015, our last full day of school for this year. In the cafeteria, we've got chicken crunchers and grilled chicken Caesar salad with crispy pita chips. Jaden said something very important. I need eyes and ears up here. 91 degrees today, and tomorrow is going to be even warmer. So what that means is we have to drink a lot of water in our classroom, in the hallway, and more importantly, at home tonight. So we're drinking water tonight because it's going to be so hot tomorrow, and we already know it. So don't think it only when you get hot is a good time to drink water. It's always a good time for the next 2 days. Shake your head if you're with me. Okay, tomorrow, last day of school, early dismissal for students. This afternoon, faculty meeting will be in your own classroom, staff doing what you need to do to close out. And remember, blue and white tomorrow. School Spirit Day Assembly tomorrow with our clap out and some other great surprises. Mrs. Umbach.
Thank you, Mr. Turnbull. Good morning. Let me see some thumbs. How are we feeling today? All right, fantastic. You can put them back down. Are we all ready for a little bit of celebration? Yes? Okay, you know how to show me you're ready. We're sitting up nice and tall. We're sitting up nice and straight. Our eyes are forward. Okay. Mr. Turnbull, can I ask you to just come on down here, please? And we have a special seat for you, Mr. Turnbull. He doesn't look very happy with me right now. That's okay. He'll be happy at the end. Okay, so the purpose of today is to thank Mr. Turnbull for his dedication to Ben Franklin over the past 5 years, to thank him for his time to Ben Franklin over the past 5 years, and also to celebrate all of the accomplishments he's had over the past 5 years. So, we didn't do this alone. I'm not going to stand up here the whole time and talk to you. What's happening today, Mr. Turnbull, is a result of every staff member in our school and every student in our school coming together to work together to thank you for everything you've done. But to help me with this, I have a special co-host. So my co-host, Mr. Alex Scarlatta, will you please come on up? Everybody, can we give Alex a warm welcome? Alex is our co-host, so you're not going to hear from me for a while. I'm going to turn it over to Alex, and he is ready to run the show.
Good morning. We are going to start our program this morning with a presentation by the Ben Franklin PTO. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Feynman, who has a few things to share with Mr. Turnbull.
Hi, everybody. Take a breath, Mr. Turnbull. I have Anna DeCampos and Jen Burns with me, too, members of our PTO board. On behalf of the PTO board and all of the parents, I want to thank you, Mr. Turnbull, for all of your years of service to Ben Franklin. Your dedication to the students, the staff, and the families is evident to anyone who ever walks in this building. I'd like to thank you for your support of the PTO. Your leadership has provided an atmosphere where the board feels very comfortable and welcomed in the school, and it motivates us to work hard for a common goal to improve our school. You've touched the lives of every person in this room in one way or another. Thank you for your support, thank you for your caring, and most of all, thank you for your leadership. It has been what set our school apart from others and has made the job of the PTO board and all more enjoyable and all the more rewarding. We want to ask you to hit it out of the park at your next school. You will truly be missed.
Thank you, Mrs. Feynman. For our next part of the program, each grade level will present Mr. Turnbull as something made by every student in the grade. We will start with Miss Van Meter and Miss Duncan.
Mr. Turnbull is a superhero because he likes books. He gives me high fives. He tells funny jokes. He gives me ice pops. He is tall. He takes care of our school.
This is all about Mr. Turnbull by the pre-K. This first one's by Mackay. I love my principal. His name is Mr. Turnbull. He weighs 15 pounds and is 84 inches tall. My principal is 5 years old. My principal is very special. His favorite thing to do is talk to people who are bad. He does not like when people be bad. You can always find him at his principal's shop. It's really funny when he laughs. Thank you. This next one is My Principal by Adriano. His name is Mr. Turnbull. He weighs 21 pounds and is 30 inches tall. My principal is 20 years old. My principal is very special. His favorite thing to do is be the boss. He does not like people who are not making good choices. You can always find him in his hiding spot. It's really funny when he plays. My principal is the best.
Thank you, pre-K. Next, we will invite some kindergarten students to share some pages from their book that they made for Mr. Turnbull. The title of their book is Kindergarten's Favorite Things About Mr. Turnbull, with the following students come up to share. Marley from Miss Krisak, Sarah from Miss Fredericks, Kate from Mrs. Garsky, and Gianna from Miss Coyle.
My favorite thing about Mr. Turnbull is he has fun spirit days. My favorite thing about Mr. Turnbull is he lets us do fun stuff. My favorite part about Mr. Turnbull is when he wears the turkey hat. My favorite thing about Mr. Turnbull is when he gives me high fives.
Thank you, kindergarten. Next, first grade is going to share some pages of their book. The book is all acrostic poems about Mr. Turnbull. I would like to invite the following students to come up and share their poems. Claudia from Miss Weiss, Hope from Miss Sheffield, Mason from Miss Tripathy, and Ethan from Miss Natalowicz.
On. Amazing, nice, awesome, never will forget you. Kind in charge, never gives up, determined. Amazing, watching kids, exciting, superhero, outstanding, meets with kids, entertaining. Principal. Partyish, really caring, incredible, never mean, creative, independent, peaceful, athletic, and loving.
Thank you, first grade. Second grade book is made up of letters to Mr. Turnbull. I'd like to invite the following students to share their letters with us. Kayla from Miss Machetta, Ryan from Miss Sipe, Nicholas from Mr. Rude, Musa from Miss Zimmer, and Emily from Miss Nissen.
Dear Mr. Turnbull, you're the best principal we've ever had. We really liked your spirit assemblies and the jokes you did for the school. We appreciate all of your hard work and thank you for all the fun activities you did for us. We thank you for the Benny and Take Care awards. The new school students will be very lucky to have you. You are very kind, helpful, fun, and cool. Like you always say that we will always do is if you work hard, you will succeed. Take care, Ben Franklin. Dear Mr. Turnbull, thank you for supporting us in all those fun activities you set up for everyone. You make the school a better place for everyone. I don't want you to leave and I am sad about it, but you can make your own choices in life. You are very kind and sweet. I hope you have a good time at your new school. Love, Emily. Dear Mr. Turnbull, I'm really sad that you're leaving. You are a really good principal and I wish you could stay. But the other kids are lucky because they have you as their principal. The whole school will really, really miss you. But I will really, really miss you too. Maybe we will see you around. I will miss you most of all because you were a really good principal. You were really nice to the other kids, and thank you for taking care of us. Love, Kate. Dear Mr. Turnbull, I will miss you. You were a great principal. Thank you for doing what you do to help us. You made Ben Franklin School happy with what you did for us. I will miss your April Fool's tricks. You were an amazing principal. Thank you.
Dear Mr. Turnbull, you're the best principal in the world because you taught me and everybody else in the school how to take care. I hope you teach how to take care at the other school. You're a sad student, Ryan, for it. P.S. Do you have to leave?
Thank you, second grade. Finally, third grade completed a bucket filling activity, and I would like to fill Mr. Turnbull's bucket with some of their thoughts about him. I'd like to invite the following students to come up. Micah from Miss Shackleton, Camille from Miss Crane, Jocelyn from Miss Gallagher, Anika from Mrs. Vavius, Jaden from Miss Shit, and Matthew from Miss Odom.
Mr. Turnbull, you master your job like Derek Jeter, making the best of his at-bat. You always seem to succeed the given task. You're a great principal and a great person in my life. Thank you, Mr. Turnbull, for helping me strive. Mr. Turnbull, Halloween is a really cool holiday at this school. Every year your costumes are pretty cool. I think it's really cool that the class with the most box tops gets to lead the Halloween parade. Thanks for being a great principal. Dear Mr. Turnbull, thank you for bringing that very cool helicopter. Thank you for always being kind to me. Thank you for always giving me a birthday pencil every year. Mr. Turnbull is special because he comes in our class dressed like Ben Franklin. and no other principal in any school would not dress up like Ben Franklin. That is why he's special. From our awesome third grader student, Nika.
Mr. Turnbull, you gave me a hand whenever I was sad, so here's a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Turnbull, for helping us with all of our bad problems and stuff that we didn't really like to do. And yeah, just thank you.
Thank you, third grade. I'm sure Mr. Turnbull will have an overflowing bucket after reading all those cards. Thank you for having me as your host this morning. Mr. Turnbull, I hope you enjoyed the grade level presentations. Before I go, I will leave you with the next portion of our program, a video made especially for Mr. Turnbull. Every week, Mr. Turnbull challenges us with a Think About It Thursday question. Well, this time we came up with our own. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Who is cool? Who's the ruler of the school? Who's the best principal ever?
Who taught over 500 people how to take care?
Who puts everyone else before himself? Who is the one who's always sucking on mints and has a really cool office? Who is the best principal in the world?
So many questions come up when Mr. Turnbull is the answer. For instance, who's run 2 marathons yet can't seem to win a fitness challenge? But he keeps trying, and he knows that if he works hard, he's going to succeed. What principal has been Mario, Captain America, a basketball player, and even Ben Franklin himself? Shh, it's not really his brother. What principal is a teacher and a custodian, a lunch aide, a detective, a weatherman, a corny jokester, a leader, and a friend? Speaking for myself in the 3rd grade, we want you to know, Mr. Turnbull, that your enthusiasm, your creativity, and even your sense of caring has made an impact on our lives. And it'll be with us as we grow and move forward. Mr. Turnbull, take care.
Mr. Turnbull is like Captain America because he technically does not have superpowers, but he's the pinnacle of principal perfection.
Mr. Turnbull is like a star because he always knows what to do.
Mr. Turnbull is like a superhero because with lightning speed at any place at any time, he is protecting our students and making it a better place.
Mr. Turnbull is like a light bulb because he has great ideas.
Mr. Turnbull is like a clock because he's always running and he's always looking toward the future.
Mr. Turnbull is like a lollipop because he is sweet. Mr. Turnbull is like the snack space because he is growing.
Mr. Turnbull is like an octopus because he juggles so many things.
Mr. Turnbull is like a debonair. A debonair is the best way to describe somebody in French. He is a genuine, gracious, kind.
Mr. Turnbull is like a shooting star because he's bright, he moves very quickly, and he leaves a lasting memory to cherish. Good luck, be happy, and fly high, Mr. Turnbull.
He's a good thinker. He's very handsome. He's very caring.
The 3 things I like most about Mr. Turnbull are he makes me feel I'm the principal here. He's a team player, always positive. Also, he brings out the best in others, like anybody I ever know.
He is a good principal. He is kind to all the children at Ben Franklin. He helps the school by working hard.
The three best things about Mr. Turnbull are his optimism, and his optimism.
He's kind, he's fun, and he has great ideas.
The three best things about Mr. Turnbull are his flexibility, his willingness to help his students and staff, and the fact that he makes coming to work every day very enjoyable.
The best things about Mr. Turnbull are he is always willing to step out of the box.
He's the king of the barbecue.
He continually inspires his staff.
He is a snappy dresser.
He is eco-friendly.
He is devoted to his family.
He goes the extra mile.
He has an awesome sense of humor.
He is invested in educating our staff and students.
He started a lasting relationship with Gian on elementary school.
He keeps a positive attitude.
He's a great listener.
He's motivated.
Never loses that smile.
He keeps an open door for staff and students.
He's a Phillies fan.
He's highly qualified.
He's receptive to new ideas.
He created the Snap Space.
He's not afraid to be a trailblazer.
He's unforgettable.
He can visualize.
He is wise beyond his years.
He's exciting to work for.
He yearns for the power to create the perfect school.
He is the best principal Ben Franklin has ever had.
Well, Mr. Turnbull, it's hard for me to look at you. I'm going to look at everybody else. The Snap Space wouldn't be what it is right now without your drive, your passion, and your vision. And I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, we sat around a table with a lot of staff members, and we were looking at an old drawing of the courtyard and the hopes of what it would become many years ago. And Mr. Turnbull took everybody's ideas and they created a new drawing, and what you see out there is that exact drawing that the teachers came up with. And that's pretty incredible. He made that dream come true for a lot of teachers, and that's very special to us. So the Snap Space will always be our outdoor classroom. It'll always be our science, nature, arts, pondering space. But now it will also always be the Chris Turnbull Terrace. So thank you, Mr. Turnbull, for that. So in honor of everything you've done for our Snap Space, we have a very special dedication for you, Mr. Turnbull. Mr. Calavita, along with the help of lots of third grade students, made this masterpiece for you, which will be hung outside of the Snap Space, and it will always be a reminder of everything you did to help make the Snap Space a reality. Perfect. We also have a plaque that's going to go with our peace sign, and it says, "Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it." dedicated to Principal Christopher Turnbull by the Ben Franklin 3rd grade class of 2015. Our gifts aren't done. Sorry. We still have a little bit more. Shreya? You may want to spin around a little bit, Mr. Turnbull, the other way. That's it, Mr. Turnbull. We probably could have had a bag for every student at Ben Franklin, but that would be a little much. But in all seriousness, I would like to ask Mrs. Reef and Mrs. Cherney to come on up with a gift from every student and from every staff member.
Mr. Turnbull, from your entire Ben Franklin family, we just want to thank you for taking care of us the last 5 years and for supporting us and helping us grow. So thank you. We hope that that lines your walls of your new office with lots of very good memories of Ben Franklin and all the people inside of it. We have one last thing, and this is something that we've been working on as a school for a couple days now, so we're not perfect, Mr. Turnbull. We have a lot of room to grow, but way back in the beginning of the year, a couple staff members came to me and said, what if we added the word community to our take care theme? So we have take care of each other, we have take care of yourself, we have take care of your school, and we have take care of the earth. But the community is kind of a piece that was already a part of it, but we weren't really calling it out and saying the word community. And we thought it was a great idea. Mr. Rigby got wind of this idea of having the word community, and he made up a song. Out of nowhere, Mr. Rigby made up a brand new song with the word community in it for our Take Care program. So Mr. Turnbull heard the song. It may or may not have become his ringtone for a few months on his phone because he liked it so much. So Mr. Turnbull, as a dedication to you, we as a school have been learning the song. And we are all going to join together today to sing it for our first time with you. And I guarantee you, if you come back in a year to visit us, we'll know the song really good. It may not be so great today, but we're going to do our best, right? All right, so if I could have every student stand up.
Really strong in the chorus, too.
Get off to school, hop on the bus, we're on our way. Can't wait to get there for another awesome day. Pack my bag, take my seat, say hi to friends. So excited, feeling never ends. The Franklin School is a special place with a motto we can all embrace. Taking care of you and me, looking out for our community. We hope the earth to keep it clean and love our school, yeah, you know what I mean. We follow rules, share our things, always take turns to find the time to be kind with so much to learn. We check the screenplay outside, it's lots of fun, making sure to take care of everyone. There's so many ways to show we care. Here are just a few we'd like to share. Oh yeah! Taking care of you and me, looking out for our community. We hope the earth to keep it clean and love our school, yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay. There's a lot of people before we end that we need to thank. But there's a very special person in our audience today, and I don't know if you know who she is. But Mrs. Turnbull is here. Mrs. Turnbull, will you give us a little wave? Thank you for coming, Mrs. Turnbull. Thank you for supporting Mr. Turnbull through all these years. It has been a lot of everything we see is because of your help and support at home. And we thank you, and you both are always a part of the Ben Franklin community, so please stay in touch. Also, we need to thank Mr. Calavita for this amazing peace sign, don't we? We also need to thank Mr. Rigby for everything he's done to help make amazing songs and videos. And students, every one of you, give yourselves a really big round of applause for everything you did. And lastly, every single staff member here today, thank you so much for everything you did to make this happen today. Okay, Mr. Turnbull, it's not goodbye, it's see you later, right?